Predicting the success of a draft pick before seeing them play is like trying to guess the weather next month. Just like judging a trade or a new hire, it takes time to see if it was the right move. Sometimes it can take months, even years to figure out. From top picks flopping to undrafted gems, anything can happen. We've seen it all in the NFL. Now, all eyes are on the 2024 quarterback prospects: Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, and J.J. McCarthy. Former Washington star MIchael Penix Jr. is often overlooked. However, don't count him out just yet because MIchael Penix Jr. looks like a future NFL star in the making, and that's something worth paying attention to. MIchael Penix Jr. kicked off his football journey at Tampa Bay Technical High School, where he earned a respectable 3-star rating from 24/7 Sports. He committed to Indiana University, showing a promise as a freshman in 2018. Unfortunately, his debut season was cut short by an AFC injury, limiting him to just 3 games. Injuries continued to haunt him throughout his time at Indiana, including another ACL tear. Despite the setbacks, Penix Jr. managed to start in 20 games for the Hoosiers over 4 seasons, tallying impressive stats: 4,197 passing yards, 29 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions, with an additional 6 rushing touchdowns. After the 2021 season, he made a move to Washington as a 3-star transfer. In Seattle, Penix Jr. quickly made his mark, leading the Huskies to an impressive 11-2 record in 2022. His standout performances earned him several accolades, including 3rd-team All-American and 2nd-team All-Pac-12. He finished the season as the top passer in FBS with 357 yards per game and 2nd overall with 4,641 passing yards, and was named the AP's Comeback Player of the Year. Building on his success, Penix Jr. delivered an outstanding 2023 season, securing 2nd place in Heisman Trophy voting. He threw for a whopping 4,903 yards, 36 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions, completing 65.4% of his passes. His leadership guided Washington to an undefeated regular season and a Pac-12 championship, culminating in a thrilling victory over Texas in the college football playoff semifinal. Despite falling short in the national championship game against Michigan, Penix Jr.'s performance showcased his undeniable talent and qualities that have now propelled him to the brink of the 2024 NFL Draft. Over the past couple of years, Penix has been killing it on the college football scene. But let's be real, your average fan might not even know who he is, especially after his time at Indiana was plagued by injuries. If it wasn't for then Huskies coach Kalen DeBoer pulling him over to Washington and teaming him up with some top-notch receivers, he'd probably still be flying under the radar. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Penix isn't exactly the flashiest quarterback out there. I mean, he only rushed for 8 yards last season, so many assume he's not winning any foot races. But recently at his pro day, he clocked a 4.5 40-yard dash. That's a huge bonus for a QB who doesn't rely on his running ability and is a true pocket passer. However, on the other hand, those scouting reports have been pretty blunt about his struggles with throwing in that middle range. Plus, let's face it, those 4 season-ending injuries aren't exactly doing him any favors in the eyes of some teams. They're quick to slap that injury-prone label on him. But hold up, there's way more to this guy than meets the eye. When it comes down to it, Penix's game revolves around one thing: his arm. And let me tell you, this dude's got an arm like a cannon. Just look at his numbers. Over 9,000 yards and 67 touchdowns in his last couple of seasons at Washington. The guy's been tearing it up, leading his team to a killer record and even a shot at the national title earlier this year. Seriously, watching him sling that ball downfield is a thing of beauty. He can launch it 60 yards with just a flick of his wrist, hitting tight spots like it's nobody's business. And don't even get me started on his deep throws. They're downright deadly, like in the Sugar Bowl game where he torched Texas for over 400 passing yards, showcasing his arm strength for everyone to see. And guess what? He backed it up at the Combine, dropping 60-yard bombs right into his receiver's hands like it's nothing. But here's the kicker. Penix also thrives under pressure, and I'm talking 14 straight wins, with almost every game going down to the wire and the offense leaning heavily on his arm. He's a clutch player through and through, except for maybe that one national game where he looked a bit banged up. But hey, nobody's perfect. Now, Penix isn't your typical pocket passer. He's got some moves in the pocket, but you won't see him sprinting downfield like a track star. Instead, he's the kind of QB who commands the game from the pocket, scanning the field for open targets and firing off precise throws. His ability to read defenses and slip past incoming rushers sets him apart from the crowd. But don't let his pocket prowess fool you. Penix is just as dangerous on the move. Whether he's rolling out to the left or right, he's got the skills to make big plays happen. Sure, he can play it safe with short passes, but his specialty is launching bombs downfield. He's the first player since Patrick Mahomes to rack up back-to-back seasons with over 4,500 passing yards, which speaks volumes about his talent. Even if you take away his big play ability, Penix is still a top-tier passer. He's incredibly accurate, manages the pocket like a pro, and knows how to exploit defensive weaknesses. Plus, he's a natural leader who brings out the best in his teammates. But Penix isn't just a quarterback with a cannon arm. He's also got a unique skill that could be invaluable in the NFL. During a game against Oregon, with just under 4 minutes left and his team trailing, Penix was caught freestyling on the sidelines about the comeback they were about to make against the Ducks. Remarkably, his words sparked an incredible turn of events for Penix and the Huskies. They went on to secure a thrilling 36-33 win after his impromptu rallying cry. This ability to inspire and uplift could prove invaluable for any NFL team. That said, Penix also turned heads at the NFL Combine, measuring in at 6'2 1/4 and 216 pounds, with impressive physical attributes including a 33.62-inch arm length, an 81-inch wingspan, and a hand size of 10.5 inches. Despite concerns about his previous ACL injuries, his tests came back positive, clearing him with a clean bill of health. Not only did he showcase his athleticism with a 36.5-inch vertical jump, but he also displayed his arm talent, which had earned him a number 2 finish in the 2023 Heisman Trophy voting. While the top 3 projected QB picks didn't throw, Penix stole the show with his deep ball prowess, demonstrating super crisp execution on deep routes for a standout combine performance. Now, in a business where choosing the wrong quarterback can have serious consequences, some scouts have reservations about Penix Jr. due to his injury history and age. His 2 ACL tears and approaching 24th birthday raise concerns about his long-term durability and potential for improvement. Medical evaluations remain the biggest wildcard in his draft projection, with his first-round prospects depending on teams willing to overlook his injury past and age. However, the draft is ultimately a gamble. Regardless of how informed the decisions may seem, Penix has proven that when healthy, he's a force to be reckoned with on the field. If his medical evaluations come back clean, there's little standing in the way of him being a round 1 pick. With further development, he has the potential to excel as an NFL starter. In simpler terms, teams that underestimate him now may regret it down the line. Let me know what you think Penix's ceiling in the NFL is down in the comment section below, and be sure to drop a like on the video and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this.